Infernal Dinosaur, King Dodongo. The boss of Dodongo's Cavern, and one that's going to take us way longer than Goma. Whenever it opens its mouth, throw a bomb in, and you want to jump attack. If you have Deku Sticks, use them. I, unfortunately, am completely out. I don't know how I let that happen. After you throw the bomb in and it explodes on when it's inside the mouth, you want to jump attack like I just said. But after that, as you just saw, because we're going by really fast, it's going to roll up into a ball and start to roll around the room. You want to get out of the way. It's real easy to just step to the side, and it's just going to keep rolling until it eventually hits a wall and comes facing back. This is another super easy boss, but it just does take a little bit longer. If you let it open its mouth all the way, it will shoot out a ball of fire, and that's a little bit harder to dodge since it's so fast, but after 3 jump attacks, it's already defeated. I don't even want to imagine how quick this would take if I had Deku Sticks, but yeah, it's a very cool looking boss, but unfortunately, it's already over. A lot more fun and a little bit more complicated than Goma, but it's still really easy. And just like that, Dodongo's Cavern comes to an end. And I'm taking your heart! You got a heart container? We now have 6 hearts. Oh my god. Can't believe how many we have already. But step through here to completely finish the dungeon. And the Gorons should be able to eat now, since they were just being picky eaters. It's me, Darunia! Well done! Thanks to you, we can once again eat the delicious rocks from the Dodongo's Cavern until our stomachs burst! What a wild adventure! It will make an incredible story. I can't believe that the Dodongos suddenly appeared in such great numbers! And that big rock blocking the cave. All this trouble must have been caused by that Gerudo thief Ganondorf. He said, "Give me the spiritual stone, only then will I open the cave for you." You, on the other hand, risked your life for us. Kid, I like you. How's about you and I become sworn brothers? No, there's no big ceremony involved. Just take this as a token of our friendship. At long last, it is in our hands. You obtained the Goron's Ruby! This is the spiritual stone of fire passed down by the Gorons. You don't know what he means by sworn brothers, but you've collected 2 spiritual stones. You have 1 more to find. Brother! You will keep brushing up on your skills as you travel, won't you? You should go see the Great Fairy on top of Death Mountain. She will power you up. Hey everybody, let's see off our brother. You did great. How about a big Goron hug, brother? Link is so terrified. They keep knocking him down. And I really like that at the end of this cutscene, you just end up starting back on the Death Mountain Trail, right where Link ran up to. But yeah, we obtained the Spiritual Stone of Fire. So, let's keep going on with the advice of the Gorons and head up Death Mountain. But before that, if you remember, when we were climbing up the Death Mountain Trail a couple parts ago, there was this wall that we couldn't do anything about. And we heard a Skulltula whenever we walked by, so now let's see if we can get rid of it with bombs. And what do you know? The wall blows up now, and a golden Skulltula. Now, actually, believe it or not, it looks like it's up in the air and that we can't get it, but you can actually climb up this wall, even though there's really no indication to show you that it's anything different than the mountain. At least in this version, on the 3DS, they actually put boards there to indicate that you can climb up. But yeah, pretty interesting. I don't know how you're supposed to know that, but I don't know what's up with me in this Let's Play and just jumping off ledges as they elevate up, but alright. But there is a couple of things we want to do. Now that we have bombs, we are able to see that the Great Fairy up on Death Mountain, we've heard a couple rumors about it from the Gorons, and Darunia told us that she's up on Death Mountain. We can go up this way, and we'll visit the Great Fairy now that we have bombs and can get rid of those rocks. But first, I want to head back into Goron City for a little bit of adventuring. I did not mean to pick that up. There is actually a secret there, but we can't do anything about it yet. And Goron City. There's this really big There's this big Goron that just runs over people, completely disrupting the city. If you try to talk to him, he's just gonna keep knocking you down. So, what we need to do is find a way to make him stop. And there's a sign here that'll tell us a little bit more. If you can stop my wild rolling, you might get something great. Hot Rodder Goron. Oh, it glitched and was trying to run over me. I don't know if you guys could hear that sound, but it went like a do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Because it was trying to hit me while I was reading the sign. Now, the way we're going to do this is we're just going to completely destroy him. We're going to murder him. We're going to want to throw a bomb as he's approaching. Oh, you gotta try to time it just a little bit off. Oh, I got it! When you hear the Zelda jingle. Now that we've stopped him. Why did you stop me? Don't stop me here. You can't stop my wild rolling. This wild rolling is the only one. Now stand in the awe of my wild, wild rolling. But you told me that... Okay. So, the thing that's weird about this is that the timing on it is really weird. Sometimes I will get it first try and he'll be like, "Oh, you stopped me. Here's the thing." But he knocked me completely off. Okay, so as I was saying, excuse me. What I was saying was that this Goron, sometimes I will blow him up and just murder him, and he will stop and give me the prize right away, but other times, I'll have to blow him up, read the sign, and then do it again. And even though I read the sign first, like, I stopped him again. Now let's see if he's willing to cooperate this time. Alright, I'll give you this in praise of your courage. You got a big bomb bag! We've already upgraded our bombs up to 30. Yeah, I swear sometimes I've gotten him to give me the bomb bag the first time I blow him up, but it seems like you actually do have to do it twice. That might just be some sort of Mandela effect in my head, because I've definitely feel like I've done it before, but I might be completely wrong. Despite how much I played this game growing up, and having it be such like this major part of my childhood, I actually have not played this game in a while. So, I went to head out of Death Mountain, but I almost forgot something else that we can do here. Because now that we have bombs, the Gorons are very in tune with bombs. There's just a couple more things for us to do. You definitely don't want to leave yet. I was thinking that... Okay, we're just gonna let him do his thing and keep on going. I was thinking that there was some stuff in here, and I started to leave because I didn't think we could do it until later, but... we can go ahead and do it now. Might as well since we're here. Hello. I'm working on something really cool right now, but I think it's going to take a while. If you can wait 5 or 6 years, it should be ready, okay? 5 or 6 years? Yeah, okay, I said we would do some stuff in Goron City, but we're not going to be here for that long. And on top of that, we are going to make our way back up here. And ever since we came here, there have been these boulders blocking this area. But now that we have bombs, we can get rid of those. If you tried to go to the next area in the game, that is also what is preventing you from progressing to get the third spiritual stone. So technically, you have to do Dodongo's Cavern before the next area. So just wanted to let you guys know that. We have a little bit of a rock maze here, where we're just gonna have to keep blowing up the rocks. You can see how many bombs I'm using. I tend to use bombs very frequently. And as a result, I think getting the big bomb bag and the biggest bomb bag, because there is another upgrade that'll let us carry 40, as soon as possible is a really good idea. And that's 50 rupees. Wow, we're already at max. And probably should have waited, but there is another purple rupee here. So if you got the adult's wallet like I did, you can go ahead and get 100 rupees here if you're short on cash. And what do you know? Yet another gold Skulltula this episode. And it won't be our last. Okay, so now that we have that taken care of, if for those of you who have played this game, you might think an item later in the game. You could see how I was thinking that we'd have to come back here later. Okay, so now that we got that Skulltula out of the way, we are going to finally uphold our promise and make our way to the top of Death Mountain to see the Great Fairy. And wow, I cannot believe how quickly these parts pass by. It feels like I just pressed the record button. Hell, it feels like I just pressed the record button in Kakiri Forest to start the first episode. I'm having a lot of fun with this playthrough. But, yes, let us get rid of these rocks. And more rupees! They mean nothing to me. It is just cash. Now this one, you can either try to throw it on the side there so the bomb stays, which I failed horribly at, or you're just gonna do what I'm gonna do now and try to time the bomb, which I also failed horribly at. Okay, alright, I'm gonna quit trying to get it to stick and just throw the bomb with very horrible timing. Whoa, that is... okay. There we go, finally! I can't believe that was embarrassing how bad that was. Alright, yeah, I've already used 22 bombs since getting the big bomb back. Oh, what is wrong with me? Now, here, there's a little secret for y'all. More rupees that mean nothing to me. There are some hearts here. But there's also just a random cow hiding out here. Now, we can't really speak to him or do anything, but if you ever see a cow like this, which, yeah, my empty bottles are full, but instead of going all the way back to Lon Lon Ranch to replace your milk, you can actually just play Epona's song, and the cows will give you a free refill on the Lon Lon milk. That is one of the instances of Epona's song being useful. There's another instance later in the game, but we have not gotten to that yet. For those of you wondering why we ended up getting Epona's song. And Death Mountain is erupting! This is a perfect use for the Hylian shield, as things will fall directly on top of you, but our shield will just block whatever comes our way. This has to be terrifying for Link. Literal magma rocks are falling on top of you. And while he's safe from the shield, that has to hurt, or at least be terrifying. Like, they're falling, it's a volcano erupting and slamming onto his back. Even with the shield, that has to hurt. That has to hurt. I know I would be terrified, but I'm a little crybaby, so. And once we make it close enough to the top here, like I said, they do a really good job of showcasing the Hylian shield with it going forward on Link and being a shield that has him lean forward with enemies like the Tektites, but also by having Death Mountain erupt. It makes it so that you don't end up using the Deku Shield and can see the benefits of having a shield that completely takes up your back, even though you can't attack, just being able to lean forward. And even the Lizafulse inside Dodongo's Cavern also did a good job of showcasing the Hylian shield. As they would swing forward, Link could just dodge, reflect it by just pulling out the shield and leaning forward and wait for an opening. It's really cool how good the game design is to kind of build this area around you having the Hylian shield equipped. Again, if you try to do this or Dodongo's Cavern and you get hit by a fire enemy or step in fire, your Deku shield will burn up if you have that equipped. So definitely make sure to have the Hylian shield. And Gebora Gebora. You've done well to come all the way up here, Link. This is the summit of the sacred Death Mountain. Hoot! It is said that the clouds surrounding this peak reflect the condition of Death Mountain. When they look normal, it is at peace. Climbing all the way up here just proves how smart you are. Now I want to see you make another smart move. The Great Fairy lives on this mountaintop, and she will give you a new skill. She is the leader of the fairies, you know. Ho! I will perch here and wait for you when you're ready to go back down. I can help you. Now, get going. Alright, we're not going to go back down yet, but we've seen plenty of walls like this before. So let's see if this is where the Great Fairy is. And Great Fairy's Fountain. It seems like we've done something successfully. And we see a little Triforce here, the insignia of the royal family, so you know what that means. Oh my! Hello, Great Fairy! Welcome, Link. I am the Great Fairy of Power. Oh, you're giving me power, alright. I'm going to grant you a sword technique. Receive it now. A sword technique from the Great Fairy? Alright, enough of that. Let's see what she has to give us. Okay, I said enough, but look how she's look at the camera. Like they know what they did. They know how to get me. You mastered the secret technique of the spin attack. Hold B to charge your weapon, release B to unleash a wave of energy with your spin. If you want to release energy without charging your weapon, just rotate the control stick once and press B for a very effective quick spin. When you charge power for a spin attack, magic power will be consumed. Pay attention to your green magic meter. Hey boy, you're a messenger of the royal family, aren't you? Next time you're in their neighborhood, you should drop in on a friend of mine who lives by Hyrule Castle. She'll surely grant you another new power. When battle has made you weary, please come back to see me. Alright, with the introduction of the lovely Great Fairy, we now have a magic bar. What that means is that if we hold B, as the instructions insisted, we can have a blue, but we want to wait for the orange, and we can do a massive spin attack for more damage. By rotating the control stick once, we can get the blue version of the spin attack really fast. Now, this will be really good. It's less powerful than the orange one, but it doesn't take magic, and we can do it much faster. What does Navi have to say? That is not Navi. I wonder if Saria knows anything about the other spiritual stones. Well, considering she's never left the forest, that would be quite miraculous if she did, but we'll try playing Saria's song when we're ready to head that way. It might be appetizing to just go ahead and listen to Gebora Gebora and go down the mountain, but I see a cave here, and I want to see what's through it. Link, it's so hot in here, we can't stay here for long! So, you can see that we have 48 seconds. It is way too hot for Link to survive in this heat. And even though we see some heart pieces and a bunch of stuff that we can explore here, unfortunately, we will start to die if we are in here for too long. The time there is how much time we have until we die. The time is equivalent to how many hearts you have. It is 8 seconds for each full heart that you have. So the more hearts you have, the longer we'll be able to last in here. So maybe we should just try coming back when we have more health. But for now, break open this crate, and let's get a gold Skulltula before we run out of time! So yes, your full health determines how long you can stay inside the Death Mountain crater. So I guess we'll just try coming back and seeing if we can explore more whenever we have more health. But now, I believe that that's everything that we want to do on Death Mountain. Hoo-too-too! Well, it looks like you've grown up a little from the Great Fairy's power. But you still don't really look like the hero who will save Hyrule. At least not yet. Oh, thank you, that's very encouraging. If you're going back down the mountains, I can lend you a wing. Come here and grab my talons and hold on tight. Hoo-too-too! Alright, so we want to get underneath Kibora Gibora and enjoy the nice view of Death Mountain on our way down. Now, he will take you to Kakariko Village. Of course, directly below the mountain. But he will he will drop you off on this house. So, what you want to do from here, before jumping directly down, now that we have the necessary elevation, we can climb on this platform here. And we can drop down. Be careful not to roll off. And now we can go in this alcove and finally obtain the heart piece that I gave Link brain damage for a few episodes ago. Not only do we have the heart piece, but now we have 7 heart containers completely full. If you were wondering, I mentioned it a little bit ago, but if you actually bring a Cuckoo when it's daytime, and you climb up here, you just gotta keep dropping it and picking it back up, you can actually use the Cuckoo to jump over to the wooden board, and then when you're on this board, you can carry the Cuckoo and have it glide you over to that platform if you wanted to get a little bit early. That was just a little arbitrary for my liking, and so I decided to just wait till it felt more natural whenever we were being brought down the mountain and we're on top of that roof, because it felt like a more fitting time to grab it, and it also didn't have us do a bunch of complicated steps in order to do so. But we finished up Death Mountain, visited the Great Fairy, and grabbed some collectibles on our way down. So, next time on The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, we're going to do some side quest prepping before going out and searching for the third spiritual stone. I'll see you guys then.